In the deepest recesses of science, where invention meets metaphysics, lies a secret that transcends electricity and magnetism. I stumbled upon a series of scattered notes, not written in mathematical formulas, but immersed in a philosophy about the nature of energy and mind, and knowledge about the forbidden Tesla technique for manifesting wealth, a method he explored in his quest for free energy, but which extended far beyond the physical world. Its truths were kept accessible only to those who dared to decipher the code behind the genius. But why was this knowledge, so intrinsically linked to the man who electrified the world, so carefully hidden? What does it reveal about the nature of our reality and the untapped power of our own minds to attract prosperity throughout the centuries? This profound understanding of the power of the mind and its ability to influence the material world has been meticulously veiled and protected. From the immemorial times of the mystery schools of ancient Egypt, where priests and sages understood the laws of creation and translated them into principles like the law of attraction, which was based on the idea that the mind is a powerful magnet that attracts its vibrational correspondence. This knowledge was transmitted orally, in secret. They used these principles for the construction of their great pyramids and for the organization of their societies, which were based on abundance. Later, during the rise of alchemy in the Middle Ages, the master alchemists, in their search for the philosopher's stone, were not just trying to transmute lead into gold. They were, in fact, seeking internal transmutation, the elevation of consciousness that would allow them to operate in the invisible world of energy, where true wealth was the fullness of spirit and the ability to manifest their intentions. Their texts, filled with symbolism, protected this knowledge from persecution and misuse by those who only sought material power. For millennia, this wisdom, which Tesla intuitively reconnected with the universe of modern science, remained in the hands of spiritual elites and secret societies, not out of selfishness, but to prevent its distortion or misuse by minds not yet ready for the responsibility it carries. Welcome to the fascinating and mysterious world of the forbidden Tesla technique for manifesting wealth. Now, ask yourself, if one of history's greatest geniuses, Nikola Tesla, understood that the key to wealth was not just in invention, but in a mental technique, why do most of us still believe that prosperity is the result of strenuous effort and luck? The core of the secret lies in a premise that, at first glance, may seem challenging, but whose depth transforms the perception of everything. Wealth is not an external event, but a vibrational frequency that aligns with the energy of the universe. Tesla, with his understanding of electricity and the cosmos, realized that everything is energy and that the human mind is the most powerful transducer for tuning into this energy and manifesting the desired reality. The forbidden technique teaches us that, instead of fighting for money, we must become a receiver of the frequency of wealth. Imagine for a moment that the universe is like a vast ocean of radio waves, and wealth is a specific station that is always broadcasting. Most people are tuned into the station of fear, scarcity, or struggle, and consequently, that's what they receive. Tesla's technique is the act of building your own internal radio and tuning it to the station of prosperity. Your antenna is your thoughts and emotions, and your energy, your vibration. He believed that by creating internal energetic coherence, the individual became an irresistible magnet for wealth. But are we prepared to understand this truth in its entirety? Or do we still cling to the belief that we are victims of financial circumstances? The depth of Tesla's teachings on this subject transcends simple visualization. He delved into the science of resonance and vibration, showing that, just as a sound wave can break a crystal glass if it's at the correct frequency, our energy can break patterns of scarcity and manifest wealth if it's tuned to the correct frequency. What we call manifestation is the result of our ability to emit a clear and strong signal of a new reality to the quantum field, the ocean of all possibilities. Our fears, traumas, and limiting beliefs about money are, in fact, dissonances in our antenna, which prevent us from receiving the station of wealth. Tesla's technique is the fine-tuning of this antenna. The challenge lies in deprogramming these old patterns and using the power of the mind to install new ones. Most people live in a vicious cycle of thoughts and feelings of scarcity, perpetuating the past. The secret, then, is to use the mind as an instrument to change this state of being in an instant. Visualize yourself before an ancient temple, not one of stone and mortar, but the temple of your own mind, where the corridors are infinite possibilities and the doors are the choices that lead to different financial realities. Within it, instead of idols, there are projections of an abundant future, each vibrating at a different frequency. Tesla's technique is the ability to use your mind as a portal, to consciously choose which of these doors you wish to cross and, in doing so, change your perception and your vibration to the new path. Like a mirror that reveals what we avoid, seeing our present financial reality is a direct reflection of our predominant vibration. This conception is intrinsically connected to various spiritual and philosophical traditions. In Hinduism, the idea of Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity, is in fact an archetypal representation of the energy of abundance. Worshipping Lakshmi is not a request, but an act of alignment with this frequency, a recognition that prosperity already exists in the universe and that the individual must become a channel for it. Similarly, ancient Hermetic texts, like the Kabbalion, affirm the principle of vibration, suggesting that everything in the universe is in constant motion, and that the key to mastery is in manipulating this vibration through the mind. Tesla's technique is the modern application of these principles, using the mind to manipulate personal vibration and attract wealth. What does this teach us about the inner universe we carry? The practical application of this wisdom in the modern world is profoundly transformative. This isn't about a simple change of thought, but a deep re-engineering of the self that allows us to change frequency and, thus, financial reality. This involves a process of detaching from the old identity of "I don't have enough," or "money is difficult," and the adoption of a new identity of "I am the source of my wealth." The key is coherence between thought and emotion. Tesla's technique, although not fully documented by him in this context, is based on his own experience with the electromagnetic universe. He understood that thought is an energy and emotion is its frequency. By aligning a clear thought of wealth with the emotion of gratitude that this wealth already exists, you create a powerful electromagnetic field that attracts its correspondence. Think of it like a musician who, with the baton of intention, synchronizes the orchestra of their being. The brain is the instrument, and the heart is the emotion, the feeling of the music. Without the baton, the instruments can play in dissonance. With clear intention, the musician creates a harmonious symphony of coherence, and this symphony is the signal the universe receives and matches with wealth. Resistance comes from the fear of letting go of control, of believing that manifestation must be a struggle. Tesla's technique is the act of surrender, of yielding to the flow of creation. Like a flame that never goes out, even in the darkness of the unconscious, the power of your intention is always active, waiting to be directed toward a new frequency. Another crucial aspect of Tesla's technique is the importance of feeling the emotion of your wealth as if it were already real, while you imagine it. Emotion is the electrical charge that amplifies the signal of your thought. If you only think about what you want, but continue to feel lack, fear, or scarcity, your energy continues to emit the frequency of scarcity. The technique is what allows you to change that emotion in minutes. With each visualization, you fill yourself with the gratitude, joy, and fullness of your new financial reality. With each conscious breath, you release the old emotion. This continuous practice, even for just a few minutes a day, creates new neural circuits and a new energetic signature. Picture this. You are on a dark stage, and in front of you, a spotlight illuminates the ideal version of your financial future. This future is not a distant place, it is a vibrational frequency, a possibility that already exists in the quantum field. Your mind, your intention, is the key that turns on the spotlight and directs it to that possibility. By focusing your attention and intention, and by using emotion to feel the reality associated with that future, you are not just hoping for it, you are magnetizing it into your experience, like a powerful magnet. This is why, with the right technique, manifestation can be almost instantaneous. This makes us reflect on how modern science is beginning to converge with ancient esoteric wisdom. Quantum physics, with its concepts of superposition and entanglement, suggests that particles and, by extension, reality exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed. The act of conscious and intentional observation collapses one of these possibilities into a manifest reality. Tesla's technique, in this sense, is the practical application of this principle. You are changing the observer, and, consequently, the reality being observed. The universe is not fixed, it is dynamic and responsive to your consciousness. But how exactly does all this connect to a forbidden technique for manifesting wealth? The acceleration comes from the ability to skip steps, not having to travel the linear path of thought, feeling, action that takes weeks or months. Instead, you go directly to the point of power, the coherent state of being, where the heart and mind are synchronized in the emotion of your new reality. The technique is the fastest and most effective tool to enter this state. The effort required, in this context, is not a struggle against circumstances, but an effort of presence and control of your energy to maintain the vibration of your future in the present, regardless of external evidence. The power is in you. Tesla's technique is your switch. The true mastery of Tesla's technique lies in living from the frequency of your new reality. When you become the person who already lives this new reality, the actions that arise are inspired, not forced. Opportunities materialize, the right people appear, doors open with surprising ease. It's as if the universe is conspiring in your favor, because you have become a perfect vibrational match for what you desire to experience. The transformation accelerates because you are already operating from the end of the process. To recap, the concepts we've explored, wealth is not an external event, but a vibrational frequency that aligns with the energy of the universe. The forbidden Tesla technique is the key to becoming a receiver of this frequency, using the mind to create coherence between thought and emotion, and thus manifesting wealth at an accelerated pace. This view, which intertwines with the ancient wisdom of Hermeticism and Hinduism, is validated by discoveries in quantum physics and neuroscience, which suggests that our consciousness shapes reality. Connecting all these dots reveals a transformative vision. We are not passive observers of life, but active co-creators of our own existence, with the power to use our own minds to manifest profound and rapid changes. This knowledge can drastically alter the perception of reality and the self, for it grants us the power to transcend linear time and manifest what we desire with surprising simplicity. Imagine a seed that, instead of waiting months to germinate, begins to blossom in minutes, because your intention is the sun, the water, and the earth that nourish it. This is the metaphor of the forbidden Tesla technique. Most people wait. The practitioner of the technique acts from inner power. The awakening to this truth is the breaking of the chains that bind us to the how and the when, and the acceptance of what already is. With each conscious intention, each moment you choose to feel the emotion of your new reality, you are activating that parallel timeline. It's a process of becoming intimate with your own power, of moving from a state of effort to a state of flow and acceleration. This is the true alchemy of the self, the transmutation of the self that waits into the self that manifests. The seeker's journey is like an ancient scroll that unfolds with each discovery, revealing deeper layers of wisdom and power. Every revelation is a candle lit in the temple of the mind, illuminating the dark corners of ignorance and fear. The secret of the forbidden Tesla technique is not an empty promise of ease, but an invitation to a profound journey of self-discovery and self-transformation. It is a path that demands discipline, intentionality, and above all, the courage to transcend the limits imposed by the rational mind and past conditioning. It is the art of living from the reality you wish to manifest, anchored in the present, feeling the fullness and reality of that future as if it were tangible. It's not about denying your current circumstances, but about becoming so coherent with the new reality that the old one simply loses its resonance and dissolves. Life then becomes a fluid dance of accelerated co-creation, where synchronicities multiply and effort gives way to inspiration, joy, and instantaneous manifestation. Thank you for your curiosity and courage to explore these untrodden paths, for delving into the depths of consciousness and questioning the premises of your reality. The journey is continuous, and every step, every elevated intention, brings you closer to self-mastery and the ability to accelerate your own manifestation. Are you ready to take the next step and use your mind to create your wealth? Remember, every end is just the beginning of a new journey of consciousness.